guys, and welcome to Angling For You. Today I'm just running you through, a lot of people have asked me to run through my box. I will run through it. I'll have a quick go of what I've done to it and a little bit about buying second-hand boxes and sort of doing modifications yourself. So obviously this is the Rive ST8, so it's a few years old now. It's the 36 model, which means obviously it's got the 36mm legs. Now the box when I got it was, to be fair, was in good condition, and the modifications I've sort of made, I feel that they've improved obviously upon what was already a good frame. Now in the plans in the future I may sort of iodise this footplate, but what I've done is, I know it's looking a bit mucky, but I've painted the fronts of my boxes as you'll have seen on social media. They were silver when I first got them, and I've painted those using a sort of what you'd paint a rocker cover on a car. Yes, you could take them to pieces and get them iodised or whatever that, but again, time, money, £7 for a full tin, and you could paint it about 20 times. There's that much in it, and it doesn't use hardly any at all. So that's one thing that obviously can change a dramatic effect on your box. Obviously there were silver like these ones. I might get round to doing those. I might not, because I don't mind the contrast. So basically the kit that we've got there is, so we've got this under storage. There's a little knob on the side. You pull that to release. Really smooth system, a lot better than the tournament that I had sometimes used to catch. Underneath here I've got obviously the really strong, sturdy click sliders. I've got in this one two bits and bobs split into two trays. So I've got the small rig winders, which I don't really use to be honest, but they're there in case we need them. And then I've got the bottom has just got some spare floats. Again, to be honest, the bottom tray I don't use too much. You could personalise that for yourself if you want to put bigger winder trays or drawers. Maybe something I do in the future, but not at the moment. And that just clicks simply in there, and it'll hold itself with obviously the catch on the side. Now obviously it came with a strap, a Rive strap as well, which I never really use, so that stays at home. I've got the attachments are on the sides here for it, and you know, strong great straps, but it's just not needed for myself. The toggle knobs on the sides, the twist in completely different directions, and obviously that slides the foot plate in and out, which is really easy to do, and again obviously just tightens up in the same way the opposite way tightens each other. So that's that. In regards to the top, we've got my normal rig winders in there that I would use on a day-to-day basis, sort of a normal size, and then down on the bottom section I've got a couple more and some more floats just in case we need that, but the main things that I use are these side trays, which are really good. So I'll just I'll pull these ones out for you and you can have a look. So I've got the thin drawers and the thick draw, which is plain silly buggers. There we go. And obviously the best things about them is that you can segregate everything. You can have it all in individuals. I mean, these inserts are an extra thing, but obviously I find them great, especially to put everything in there. Yeah, so these dividers are great for that. Obviously the thin drawer, just everything, it has everything to hand that would use, bombs, feeders, and then the larger, deeper drawer has the hooks in, some more feeders, line and bits and bobs like that. But the build quality obviously in the Rive is what you pay for. You know, they really are good, and you've got the nice little click, really strong click release for the drawers as well, which is really good. So once they're in place, they're really good. And obviously the seat, the custom seat. Obviously this is not the official seat that came with the box. It's made by Custom Seat Box Seats, and they're on Facebook. I'll drop a link in the description so you can see that. So they're the main things that I did with the box. Going round to the back, obviously the ST8 had a stainless sort of grey coloured backplate, a bit like the new STs. I've changed mine to an aqua plate. Now this is the aqua plate from an ST. The ST8 one, which is the model I have, it nips up more into there, and there's a bit of a gap there now. But I mean, for me, it doesn't make a difference. The plate looks great. I'm not bothered about the gap behind it. It just means it's easy for if any bits fall, they can just fall straight down and onto the floor. So I'm not bothered about that. And obviously on the fantastic custom seat from Seatbox, they obviously put the Angle in for You emblem on there and the Rive emblem. Only downside I'll say is when you paint the box, make sure it doesn't rain, because that's what happened to me. That's why this little bit just needs topping up. The rest of it is really hard wearing stuff. But when I took it back into the shed after it was outside raining, I hit it against the door and that chipped that off. So just a little bit more coat of that on, and then it'll be on forever and it won't come off unless you sandpaper it off. So that's good. Obviously the legs, they're fully extendable via the normal screw knobs here, or the telescopic screw knobs at the bottom, so that gives you extra height and stability. All in all, an absolutely solid box. Now obviously, like every Rive, they ain't light, that is for sure. They are not light. So if you're going to carry in a long way, you want a trolley or you want the strap. But a common fault is with a strap that when you have it on your back, you press against the back plates, and if you break the back plates, you're looking at £70 for a new back plate, which is crazy, I know. But unless you see one online, and you're still going to be paying high end of 40 quid more than likely for one that you'd probably have to repair. So yeah, I hope it's been helpful to you, this sort of thing. I've only really gone down through it because there's quite a few people have asked me about modifying them. Do's and don'ts. I know a few people have mentioned what do you look for in a box. If you're going to take on a project, you mainly want to look at the frame. Make sure the welds is in good condition, or the trays are in good condition, the clips fit together, and the legs are solid. Aesthetically, it doesn't really matter from there on. You can do what you want. You can paint it, you can get it dipped, you can get it iodized, you can do whatever you want, change the back plate. You can do all that. You just need to make sure that the basis of obviously itself works. Now the only thing that I had with this was the two side screws that slide in and out the foot plate. The foot plate, it would tighten fully, but it would still slide in and out because the screws weren't nipping in it. All I did is replace them with two shorter bolts. Problem solved. Not, the guy who sold them to me, very honest about it, and it was on. I mean, it's a minor thing, and I just once I took it home, I had some bolts in shed, and it went together, no problems. So, it saved me a lot of money on buying. If I bought sort of an ST brand new, you're looking at 1,200 quid, and all right, it's not the newest model, but with all the extras of this, I'm probably looking at about 450 to 500, and I've got the same amount of shelvings, side drawers, underneath storage, the nice back plate. I've got a custom seat on that as well, and I've painted the things. Granted, obviously there's a bit of a chip there, but that's only due to my own stupidity, so I'll get that rectified and it'll look good as new. So it's any questions about it or anything to do with modifying, whatever box you get, you can pretty much modify nowadays with the kind of frames. But the Rive is obviously very popular, and rightfully so, because they're fantastic boxes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Come on the Facebook group and visit Angling for You, and obviously there's a lot of guys on there willing to help and advise.